We have been married for almost 2 years and have been together for 4.5 years. We are in a monogamous relationship and have both had several partners before our relationship. Every year, my wife goes on a long business trip, typically lasting about 2 months. During this time, communication over phone and email can be difficult due to technological issues where she works. She really enjoys her work during these trips and usually returns home feeling fulfilled and excited about life. Normally, when she returns home, she takes a day or two to rest and overcome the jet lag, considering the 28-hour travel time and 21-hour time difference. The following days, we tend to spend lots of time together, sex, dates, cuddling, catching up, etc., because she's been gone for so long. This year, she came home her usual excited self after having had a great trip. In fact, she seemed so excited that she wanted to work on some projects and needed to get some material from the store. About 3 hours after I picked her up from the airport, she said she wanted to go shopping for her craft project, and that she would likely spend several hours out shopping. She really emphasized how much time she'd need, many hours. I thought this was a little weird, considering she had just returned from a 28-hour flight, hadn't slept, and usually isn't the type to spend more than an hour or two shopping, but I figured it was fine. About 5 hours later, she came home with a single bag of craft material. I found this strange, but didn't think much of it. I chalked it up to her taking a lot of time to carefully select her materials instead of bulk buying. Over the next few days, she didn't really go through the jet lag phase and stayed distant. I thought that was odd, gave her space and focused on school. About 2 weeks post-return, we still hadn't had sex despite my advances. In life, prodding on the issue only got me in, I'm just feeling off and don't feel like it. I found that strange, since she's usually a 3 to 4 times a week kind of person, and we'd been exploring some new kinks before her trip, which we had planned to rekindle once she returned. First few times she didn't reciprocate my advances, I didn't think much of it. We've always had a very open policy and are attentive to each other's needs, whether it's time, being tired, not feeling it, or needing it now. But after 2 weeks, the combination of her distance and the lack of sex felt really off. Over the weekend, she went to meet up with her girlfriends for a day out. During that time, I snooped on her computer. This bothers you, stop reading now. We have always been extremely open with our phones and social media. We both know each other's phone passwords, computer passwords, and she knows my Facebook, etc. While she was out with her friend, I looked on her computer. She had left her work and personal email, Reddit, and Facebook open and logged in. So I looked, nothing out of the ordinary. I looked in the recycle bin and found that she had taken some nude selfies with her phone, sent them to her email, downloaded them, and then deleted them, hence the recycling bin. I thought that was odd. Normally, we would send nudes to each other, not put them on our computers. Maybe she really liked them, she did look hot, and might have decided to keep them. This had my gears turning, because she had been really disinterested in sex since returning, but was taking nude selfies in lingerie. I looked at the metadata on the pictures and confirmed they were taken recently and that they were downloaded from Gmail. I checked her Gmail. Nothing terribly odd here, but anything before 3 days after her return had been deleted from her inbox, then deleted from the trash folder, not archived. She came home on the 4th. Everything before the 1st was deleted. However, in her trash bin was a confirmation of an appointment for a health clinic in an adjacent city. It had a link with a user ID to log into the patient portal if she needed to change her appointment. I logged in with the ID and her common passwords, which I already knew from our sharing. The portal was mostly empty, but showed that she had scheduled and kept an appointment the same afternoon she got home from her trip. The portal allows you to request records from visits, so I did. They were delivered to the portal about 30 minutes later. She had gone in for STD testing 5 hours after coming home from an 8-week business trip. This was not just one test. The record showed that she had taken the test several times. I matched it with her business travel timelines and bam, it coincided. This means she had taken tests every time after returning from her trips, even when we were dating. I quickly downloaded all the reports and deleted the history of tampering. I'm typing this on my iPad, burdened with the weight of this new revelation. I really don't know what to do. Update. Like a lot of you suggested, I should gather enough evidence before any confrontation. Sorry to disappoint, but I felt that the reports were sufficient. I printed out those reports and called my wife to ask when she'd be home. She said she would be late. I asked her to come home ASAP if she's done with her screw-up session. She was surprised at my temper, because this was the first time I talked to her like. She tried to calm me down and asked me what was wrong. I said nothing, just to bring her cheating ass back home. She rushed and was sitting in front of me within half an hour. She stormed into the house, yelling and questioning my language, but I threw all the test reports in her face, and she sat down numb. I nudged her to speak, but all she did was sob. My anger overpowered my love for her, and I cared only about the truth at that moment. When she spoke, it was all about "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, and I love you." I told her to cut the crap and speak the truth. When she actually spoke the truth, I wasn't sure if I was ready to take it. It made me throw up. Her business trip was more of a fantasy trip. It was in one of those island nations where tourists from the West mainly visit for a fun time. Young men and women of that island take you for a ride. You could have one or many partners there, living with you, taking care of all your needs. Food, laundry, sex, everything. Women there actually look for men who can impress them so they can get financial help from rich Western men. Women from here visit for fun. I asked her if her business trip was all a facade. She said no. She had work, but it was for 6 to 8 hours a day. The rest of the evenings and nights, she was enjoying their fantasy life. I asked her when she was planning to tell me about this, or if it was supposed to be a lifelong secret. She didn't answer and just kept bawling. I told her we would need to separate. I can't stay with an imposter. She acted shocked as if I had said something implausible. She said, "This shouldn't call for a separation. Those boys don't mean anything to me. I don't remember half their faces and don't even know their names, but I love you and have never cheated on you." I lost my temper. I yelled, "Do you even understand what dirt you were bringing home through your body without my knowledge?" She justified it by saying, "That's why I took tests. Keep you safe. I never had sex with you without coming out clean on the test." I felt like banging her head against the wall. Like, really? This is how you claim your love and safeguard your loved ones? I've just stormed out of the house because talking to her feels insane. I'm losing my mind over this. I'm going to talk to my lawyer and serve her as soon as possible. Until then, I'm looking for a place to live separately. I cannot bear to stand her anymore.